Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, tonight we're going to review Batman 122. Super cool issue that I just read. And I do want to talk about my 100 subscriber giveaway. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers, and when I do, we're going to give this book away. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and you're going to be entered to win. And when we hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to randomly pick one of the videos. I'm going to use the YouTube random comment picker, and somebody's going to win the book. So, like, comment, and subscribe. Get your chance to win the Suicide Squad #1. And we're going to get right on into this review. Like I said, this is Batman 122. And before we start, I always do want to shout out the creative team. So we have Joshua Williamson is the writer. The artist is Howard Porter. The colors are Temu Murray. And the letters are done by Clayton Cowles. Now, when we start off the issue, we have an unknown figure who is sifting white sands in what appears to be a completely desolate town. I don't quite know what happened, but this town seems to have been leveled by some sort of explosion, possibly. And the unknown figure, he says that someone's gonna pay. Whoever's responsible is gonna pay. He's not happy. So then we move over and we're with director Chase and Batman. And check this out, guys. We got director Chase there and Batman. And I do sometimes, like, if I really like the art, I shout it out a little bit early before I give the episode a thumbs up or thumbs down. Now, the artist here, Howard Porter, is doing an outstanding job. I'm really loving his kind of riff on the Dark Knight, and yeah, it's killer. So back to the issue at hand. Batman and director Chase are talking about the recent assassination of Ra's al Ghul by Deathstroke, and they're kind of talking about how did Deathstroke get past your guys' security to pull this off, and how did he get into the location? And she's like, "I'll show you." And there's this big giant tunnel dug underneath the ground, and it's a fresh tunnel, Batman says. They don't know. They're walking in there, and she's like, "Well, why didn't he just kill everybody?" And Batman's like, Deathstroke doesn't miss. He doesn't miss anybody. He missed that on purpose, right? And so he wasn't trying to kill Talia, and she says, but Batman, why would Deathstroke want Talia alive? And she turns around, and of course, Batman has played his famous disappearing act, and he is nowhere to be found. So she turns around, and there's nobody there. He is already gone. He has gotten what information he needs, and he is crime solving it. All right, so then we move along to Deathstroke and his son Respawn, and they're battling a whole bunch of ninjas, and the artwork's really, really amazing. You check this out here. You can see the first appearance of Angel Breaker on the right there, and on the left there, a bunch of really cool, sweet looking ninjas. And I do believe that this is the first appearance of Angel Breaker. She is in 5 or 6 panels, and she speaks 4 or 5 times, or has 4 or 5 different speech bubbles. So yeah, basically Angel Breaker comes in on the two and is said, like, "I'm out to kill you. We've been commanded to kill Deathstroke." And they're like, and all of his associates. She takes off at the same time. She's like, "Detonator, take out the building." He's like, "With pleasure." I doubt that's. I don't know if Detonator's already been, like, in the comic books before. If he hasn't, it's not enough for a first appearance because she just says his name. we just see him in one panel. He just says, "With pleasure, always hated Slade," and then you see his missile go and shoot towards the building that um, Deathstroke and Respawn are in. They both jump out of the window. Super cool art. Um, Jump out of the window and fall, and he's like, "What now?" And he's like, "Something I never wanted to teach you, Respawn. We hide." So he's a little afraid of Angel Breaker, and what's this other guy? What would she call him? Detonator. Okay. And then we cut to Ravager, who is Deathstroke's daughter. Okay, and she's just kind of hanging out at the bar, listening to the news, which is blaring about how Deathstroke just murdered Ra's al Ghul, right? And she's having at it with her whiskey, and then all of a sudden a ruckus breaks out from behind. Some guy goes flying across the room, and someone says, "You left without saying goodbye." And who do we have here? But we have a Damien sighting, and so Damien shows up, and he talks to Ravager, and before he can even really ask her, she already knows what's on his mind, and she's like, "Save it, son. Come with me. Let's go kill my dad." So off they go. And then cut to Nepal, the Demon Palace, where Batman's beating up a bunch of ninjas at Talia's house. He eventually finds his way, after several pages of whooping on ninjas with really sweet art. You guys, if this sounds interesting to you, you should definitely support the industry and go to your local comic book shop and buy a copy. Um, so then we have Batman comes up into the room. He's basically like, "Talia, you did this. You hired Deathstroke to kill your dad." She's like, "No, I didn't." She gives him a bunch of reasons why, written very well. Um, he kind of ends up agreeing with her, and then she's like, "Where's our son?" After Batman's kind of calmed down, right? And he goes, "He's searching for Deathstroke," and she's like, "What?" And and then she kind of reacts so violently to the news that Damien's out chasing Deathstroke that she kind of injures herself from, she had just been shot by Deathstroke, and and she goes, "Ah!" And at the same time, Batman comes and like grabs her. That's it. They're they're touching. Batman says, I never want to see you hurt." And there's a bunch of sweet things said, and then there you have it, folks. Batman and Talia back together again? Question marks. I don't know. Says we'll have to find out in the next issue. All right, and then there's a backup story here, which starts off with Detective Gordon basically basically blaming Batman for hanging Robin out to dry because, and this is what it says, because Batman wears black and Robin's dressed up in red, green, and yellow, and he thinks Batman's trying to set Robin up to be the target. And we get some of these panels with Robin looking in his old school uniform. So I'm pretty sure it's one of the earlier Robins. Either I want to say it's Tim Drake. It kind of looks like the Tim Drake outfit, but I guess it could also be Nightwing. I'm not 100, but it's definitely, in my opinion, not Damien. Um, And so we have Deathstroke shows up. We never get a resolution to that either. Like, you kind of want to hear Batman respond to these accusations, but again, Batman disappears as soon as Gordon turns around. He's gone and doesn't even answer him. And then we get Deathstroke, and Deathstroke's trying to kill Robin. And Batman sees this before it happens, comes up, attacks Deathstroke. They get into a fight. They're pretty equally matched. You know, they're kind of bantering about what kind of kung fu each other knows. And he goes, tell me who hired you to kill Robin. And Deathstroke's like, no. Basically, I don't even know. It's just a guy called me on a creepy voice, and he kept laughing. And we get this backsplash teaser for the backup story. And then there is a Flashpoint Beyond Zero backup story to the backup story, but I already reviewed that in my Batman Beyond #1 review. If you want to see my thoughts on that, go ahead and check that video. My thoughts on Batman 121 are, I'm going to buy Batman 123. I really like the artwork. As someone who's been reading a lot of Marvel lately with their awful paper, this just feels nice. And the newspapery kind of paper on the inside, yeah, I'm just loving it. That's, as a comic book fan, I felt treated like I read a cool Batman book, and I haven't read Batman in a long time, and I was just able to pick that up, and it was a good read. So, thumbs up. I'm gonna buy 123, and we'll see you guys in the next video, and have a great night. All right. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I got one more thing. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. If you're still watching at this point, enter to win the book. Help me out. It helps the algorithm. Like, comment, subscribe on the video, and you'll be entered to win the book when I hit 100 subscribers. Additionally, if you guys are trying to buy any comics or anything, you're looking for back issues, hey man, help me out. Hit the eBay link below and buy some comics off me. All right. Have a good night, guys.